what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We are coming at you with the first episode of 2026 with episode 357.
Happy New Year!
We are recording on January 19th. I'm Doug. Warren's here.
Hello.
Anita's here.
I'm here.
Hey, subscribe to the Discord. But this week on SojuTalk, we talk about Katseye Internet Girl, first of all.
Oh, pretty divisive. We also talked about Freak Alarm, Alpha Drive 1. That's their debut.
But is it better than Lngshot's Moonwalkin debut?
I definitely have a favorite between the two, I'll be honest.
We know what it is. The audience does not, because we're recording this intro at the end.
Was ENHYPEN's knife actually sharp, or was it all that shit?
Oh.
And did EXO reclaim the crown, or are they just some old uncles?
Oh.
That's a little spicy. The news section was pretty long. We covered all the news of this past month or so. We have some unfortunate news about New Jeans.
Yeah, lawsuits and whatnot.
Yeah. What else did we talk about?
On the flip side, on the happy side, BTS is having one of the biggest world tours I've ever seen in my life, and we're going to discuss that.
So many dates.
So many dates.
Hey, so we're ready. We get set. We're going to go right into the episode. Let's go. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. All right, the first big new releases of 2026. Guys, like there was like 30 songs that came out while we were gone.
Holy shit, there's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
All I'll say is we ended up with 6, so this is a mega episode for us, right? Well, as we call it, it's a mega episode. We're covering 6 songs, but there are other songs that got a decent amount of votes that will be held in reserve for slow weeks. I'm thinking like potentially when the Olympics start, we might get some really slow weeks and maybe we'll cover those then. That's like Say My Name, A-Pink, Kiki pre-release, Delulu, High Key, they kind of had songs. But the 6 we're covering: Katseye, Internet Girl, Chuu, EXO, My Cyberlove, Alpha Drive 1's debut with Freak Alarm, Lngshot's debut with Moonwalkin, ENHYPEN Knife, and EXO's Crown. Those are the 6 songs we are covering. Let's start at the most polarizing of songs. We have Katseye, Internet Girl. Are you going to eat some zucchini or not? They are from Hive/Geffen. Last 3 songs: Game Boy, Gabriella, Gnarly. We got some alliteration there, but they broke that with Internet Girl.
Oh, yeah.
They moved on from
I know Warren hates this song. You hate this song, right? It's ass, poo-poo ass. Let's start off there.
I never said anything like that. Why do you make such absurd, strong accusations?
Because it's definitely true, you know. Like, as personally, as a Gnarly enjoyer, this is a worse version of Gnarly. Am I wrong? Guys?
Oh,
shit!
Interesting. Okay.
Why is it a worse version of Gnarly? Let's start there. Why is it worse?
I don't know. Okay, number one, let's start off with this. I don't like the baby voice. When they were doing it on the stage, there was no baby voice. They added a baby voice in this version. I thought that's weird.
Yeah.
Number 2, like at least with Gnarly, I feel like Gnarly is more self-aware than Internet Girl is. Although Internet Girl has a worse lyric with Eat Zucchini, you know. But I feel like Gnarly knew what it was doing, and Internet Girl's like, let's just keep being provocative, you know.
Well, I mean, that's what the song's about, right? Like,
yeah,
it's like the whole thing is like, I'm the Internet Girl. You guys are talking about me. Oh, you guys are so jealous. You cannot stop talking about me. That's the whole gist of the song. I feel like, if anything, this is more self-aware than Gnarly was, right? I don't like. Is it?
But do you find it as enjoyable? That's the thing.
Right, like, is it good at doing that? I don't know where that's... Maybe that's where I raise questions. Here, okay, 2026, my goal this year is to not only provide criticisms, but point out what I think is positive about all the songs that we cover.
Good.
This is challenging right off the bat, but I did write in my notes that I think the way they were able to take that conversation around Katseye, like all the things you said about Gnarly, and the way that translated into a song itself. Okay, you know what? Props. I'll clap there. You know what? That was a little risky, and they did it. And for what it's worth, it got people talking again. You know what I mean? Like, now the question is, are people talking for the right reasons? And is all noise good marketing? I don't, you know, that's where I raise questions. But I think my biggest positive takeaway with the song is that if I think about like last year in Katseye, like, yes, I liked Game Boy. Yes, I liked Gabriella. No, I did not like Gnarly, but Gnarly was the most viral, and it's what made them really big in the North American, you know, market. So it made a lot of sense to continue off of that. And I feel like in that sense, they kind of delivered. Mm-hmm. No, what's that? What's the hesitation? I sense some hesitation in your voice.
I feel like I'm a little wary of when artists try to replicate, you know, the fame or the virality of a song. And I think Internet Girl is or has been having its moment. Like, I have seen it referenced even before it had like an official visualizer or anything. Like, videos of their live performance were out and people were talking about it. So I guess in that sense, I agree. Like, it does. They succeeded in having something to talk about again. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like when it seems like we're trying to replicate something like Gnarly, I kind of feel that it tends to always be a little subpar, I would say, because it seems like it's too hyper focused on that. And to be honest, I don't hate the song. I think it's very like, it's not offensive, like sound wise. I think the lyrics are a little worse than Gnarly. I agree, because I feel like there's a little bit of it's hard for me to make sense of it. You know, and but maybe that's the point.
Come on, Anita. Really?
No. Okay, the part that I feel like people are quoting, right? Like Itsukini. That part, fine. But then there's another part that follows where it says, "Do you read me like the emoji?" Which I think, like, okay, I can kind of understand what you mean, but something about it just feels a little off, like grammatically, or I don't know. I feel like I'm working harder to understand bits and pieces of this, and maybe that's the point.
Obviously, I think the thing they're trying to say is "fuck you, suck dick," and you know what? I appreciate that. But on the other hand, if that's the message they wanted to put out, I don't know. Eat zucchini 4 times feels like a
little repetitive.
You know what it feels like? It feels like early 2010s. There's like there's like that kid in class who, like, no hate to them in hindsight, but like back then I thought they were kind of cringe. They were making these jokes, and then they would explain it. You know, they would explain their joke, and then like everyone's like, "What? This is like just kind of cringy." You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of that's what it feels like. That's, I feel like, is the issue with the lyric, is like they're like, "Eat zucchini, do you read me? Like the emoji? Like, do you get it?" I'm like, dude, like, yes, just move on, dude. Like, it's not. I don't know. It's like, it feels like, kind of going back to what Doug said, I feel like the song thinks it's a lot funnier and like a lot more campier than it actually is. Where to me, I'm listening to it, I'm like, none of these jokes are hitting. None of these lines are hitting me. You know what I mean? And I feel
like maybe it was not hitting it because it flows over my head. Like it, I don't know. Maybe that's not where I was thinking they were going with that. Go ahead, Doug.
No, go on, Nina.
No, because I mean, overall, like I said, I don't mind the sound wise. I think it had more of like a pop punk vibe with like some of the guitars they were using in the melody, which is fine. I think like it makes sense. It was a bit of a trend with like rock aesthetic in the sound recently in like mainstream music, but I don't know. I feel like there's something about it that I feel like it might be relying too much on trying to replicate Gnarly's success.
What kind of hit me hard after reading the press release, and I like to read these because I feel like I feel like I get a sense.
You get their intentions from that.
Right. Like I get the intention of what's going on behind the scenes here. And one sentence that stood out to me is that they were very proud of their usage of the word click, screenshot, and emoji, such internet words, to put a to put on a humorous aspect to the song, to criticize internet culture where people are very what's the word, hubris. I'm translating on the spot here. Yeah, hubris.
Yeah.
And like you kind of get. I'm translating on the spot, so like this is where I'm struggling. But you kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're proud of the word. They're proud of the fact that they use the word click, screenshot, and emoji. Internet words. Click, screenshot, emoji. Like, what's, I don't know. Like, is this BuzzFeed again? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I don't know. It feels very dated for some reason. Like these word choices. The sound design isn't working as well as Gnarly was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
From what I've seen, the overwhelming reaction to Gnarly was, is this bad camp or good camp? What are we doing here? But it was polarizing, right? People on both sides were like, this is amazing. Other people were like, what the F is this garbage, right? But and it generated a ton of conversation about that, right?
Yeah.
The main internet conversations I'm seeing about Internet Girl is, man, I feel like Hype Geffen could use the talents of these girls better, is the main discussion point that
I
people are
agree.
having.
Vocal wise too. Like,
And I think that just shows what the result of this song is, right? Like, that's the main discussion I'm seeing online, is people talking about this constantly. And that's not a great thing to be, like, a discussion to be happening, right? You people should be saying, oh man, these Katseye girls are crazy, it's wild. But no, people are having discussion, it's like, they're such good singers, why are they doing these type of songs? That being said, for what it is, that Itsukiri line is really catchy, right? Like, it's an extremely catchy line. I say it all the time now. My mom's like, what the F are you saying? I'm like, Itsukiri, you know? Like,
not something I would say to my mom.
all right. It just happens. But overall with Katseye, everyone knows the kids are talented. If you've seen the Netflix doc, or if you've seen them singing the other things, everyone sees that. But the fact that I'm seeing people speculate what these girls are gonna do individually post Katseye already is quite alarming to me. Yeah, I see people having these discussions, and I'm like, guys, we just started. It feels like. Overall for me, it took me a long time to understand why Gnarly could be perceived as good by people, and by the end of it, I was like, I'm having a good time listening to this. With this Internet Girl, I kind of feel like it's way too forward, and you know what I mean? Like, you get it instantly. You're like, oh, okay, right? And I think that's the main problem with this song. Overall, though, hey, people are still talking. Maybe everyone should just go eat a zucchini, to be completely honest, because they are extremely popular, and yeah.
For what it's worth, I thought Game Boy was good. I thought Gabriella was
nice.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Touch was good.
I like Touch.
Catchy.
Yeah.
It was catchy.
And like, I'm not saying they need to go back to doing that exact sound of music, but like, I don't know. It feels like there hasn't been a consistent voice in their songs other than their literal voices. And the one that's kind of seemed to stuck now is this line of songs between Debut, Gnarly, and and Internet Girl. Like, I would throw Debut in that as well. Remember that? Remember that track?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like that one a little more.
I don't think it's that campy.
I don't think it's that campy, but like I feel like it's in the same vein of sounds. And I feel like, I don't know, like, it does a great job of getting people to talk about this group, but in terms of like longevity, I don't know, in terms of like whether this is a good musical choice for their careers, I don't know. If the members are happy with it, I mean, I guess.
Hey,
what it is,
also,
but
shout out to the choreographer for what the song is. The choreography makes sense. You can see some of the TikToks of the choreographer. One of the there's two choreographers. One of them's like in the vegetable section of a grocery store doing the dance. It's really funny, to be completely honest. Full commitment there. So I gotta respect that. But hey, Katseye, ever polarizing group, right? Even in 2026, we're gonna get more polarizing Katseye. I don't know if that's the best look though, but we'll have to see. Let's pivot to someone else. We got Chuu, EXO, My Cyber Lover. She is at ATRP. Last 3 songs: Only Cry in the Rain, Strawberry Rush, and How. I almost said Sugar Rush, right? Sugar Rush, right? But I did not.
You keep mispronouncing the song, by the way. It's EXO, My Cyber Love.
Oh, yeah, Cyberlove.
Yeah.
I keep adding an R.
You kept adding an R. Yeah.
All right. My overall. Okay, this song doesn't have the most things to talk about, but Chuu's voice plus dreamlike aesthetic kind of just works. That combination is just good, right? It has a high floor. I like the song. I don't know. But I'm biased. I'm a Chuu fan. I like Chuu. I watch her on variety shows and all that. But I overall thought that this song is just good vibes. Did it bring anyone else good vibes in 2026?
I thought it was pretty good. I guess I've liked Chuu's songs that are a little more energetic, that I feel like, I don't know, more oomph to them. This was definitely more chill pop sound. It kind of reminded me of a couple years back. There was a run of songs that had a very similar vibe to Doja Cat and SZA's Kiss Me More.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People remember that a while back. And I feel like I saw that in K-pop at that time too. So I feel like this reminded me of that sound, which is not bad. I liked it then, and I kind of still like it now, but it just feels quite familiar, quite safe. Nothing super exciting in my opinion, but still very, very nice. I think her vocal talent and her vocal color, I think, suits this in a way. Even though it's not my favorite, I think she still did a really good job. I liked her falsettos here. Like the really high falsetto was really pretty. And then also, I had very low expectations going into to see some of the live stages that she's done of this, because it is a very slow song. And typically when you do performances of these kind of songs, it's quite minimal choreography, nothing too crazy. But I actually thought the use of backup dancers that she had on stage was really cool. Very pretty creative choreography. Quite interesting. I found it a little more interesting than some of the stuff that was going on in the music video, to be honest. But aesthetically, it was very pretty. Outfits were very pretty. I guess just I didn't find it super exciting.
I'm generally with you. I wrote down Cupid in my notes. Feels that was my initial impression. Is this feels a little played out? It feels a little behind the curve a little bit. But I also agree with you. I think Chuu sounds great. I think.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, like I know her image as an idol is this very, very smiley, highly energetic, like.
Bubbly, yeah.
Right, like that's her as an idol, and like, you know, for what it's worth, whether that's an image or like a concept or like really who she is, I think she does a great job of like putting on that like character, and I think that's the music that they've been doing with Chuu after she came to ATRP have been putting on this effort to not just rely on that, but give her more of this dimensionality, give her some sad songs, give her some chill songs. So like I have always been, and I'm still am aboard the idea of letting Chuu be more than just a smiley face. But I think I like that idea more than the execution is where I'm kind of falling apart with this, where like I think a part of it is the fact that this sound itself to me is like just not any interesting to me anymore. A lot of the melodies feel a little too predictable. Like that whole like top line reusage, I don't know, this feels like it's a little too tropey in pop music. Yeah. But on the other hand, the bridge of, I think that's the falsetto you were talking about, like the run away from this lonely island, 여기 외딴 섬을 that whole line, dude. That was so good. That was so good.
She's a great singer. I'm no denying that.
Yeah. And so like the song, I don't know, like the instrumental plays a little played out. The actual melody feels very uninteresting. Like another example, like the way it transitions from the end of the fourth chorus into the second verse, it feels like it's just I don't know. It's just like just starts in the same spot with like no change in emotion or like energy, and it's just not very interesting. A lot of this feels like not a songwriting style I'm personally a fan of. But at the same time, I don't think the song is like anything to be angry about. If you enjoyed Cupid, hey, like this is, I think, more of the same for you right there.
I'm a Cupid enjoyer. I like my EXO, my Cyberlove. It's a fun time. I like Chuu. She sounds great. The vibes are fun. They're dreamlike. I like the aesthetic. And I agree with the fact that she doesn't want to be pigeonholed as just being the cute smiley kid because she said it herself.
That's fair.
I've seen it a couple times in some of her side content. Yeah.
It's just other than like her like debut as not with her like not on the BBC but like with Howl, like other than that, I don't know, like some of these songs I feel like have a little bit more oomph in terms of like displaying that emotion better, sound design wise and whatnot. But I think the visuals are always there. They're very strong hitting, and I still think she does with this track as well. So
hey, there's also some Luna references in this music video. There's a heart attack reference. There's an apple with an arrow. People are also pointing out some high references as well in this music video.
What are the high references?
I'm not sure, but I'm not too up on the thing, but I've heard people talk about these references.
Is it the literal first sequence where like she's like standing on top of that like diving board? Which,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that from the music video. Hi.
There you go.
Hey, overall, solid effort from Chuu. Y'all go listen to Chuu. So let's support her. Come on.
Yeah.
I already saw that one of the TikToks she did with Heejin. So there's some connections going on there, which is great.
That's nice.
All right, let's go to the next group. It is the anticipated debut of Alpha Drive 1, who were the winners of Boys Planet. Was it season 2 or what did we call it?
Yeah, season 2.
Boys Planet season 2. This is coming right as ZB1's going through some changes as well because the AWA kids left, right? Essentially.
Right.
So they came out with Freak Alarm as the debut. They are from Wake 1. They had a pre-release with Formula. We talked about that. And, you know, you could say what you want about this Freak Alarm, whatever your conclusion is. But my main concern, if you remember during Formula, was we don't have enough singers in this group. We don't. Who's gonna sing, right?
Yeah.
And in this song, they showed that no, we have enough singers available where we can do some form of singing. We can get this done to an extent, right? They proved that. They proved that to me over there. That being said, right? I watched that entire Boys Planet season 2. I watched that shit. I watched it from beginning to end. This song is repetitive as hell. Like
it is, yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. It's really repetitive.
Chorus wise, yeah.
And my other thing that I wanted to say was, considering this is a group from a Boys Planet, a survival show, right? And it's from a group where the finale you one pick the kids, so it's all about like individual brands within the big brand, right? There was a distinct lack of like clear close-up shots of a lot of these kids, which is really weird for this type of group. I thought. You remember how I used to say that ZB1 is a little too fan servicey, holding these close-ups too long, right?
That was a complaint. Yeah.
In this song, at the beginning there's some, but then after that, every close-up is like of a weird angle. Like he's looking here, you know, it's not head on, or like it's dark all of a sudden, or there's a shadow here. So like for people who didn't watch the show, you ain't gonna know who these kids are at all. There's exactly, right? Yeah. That's kind of I thought that was a very like strange decision considering what kind of group this is, you know?
Right.
But those are just my initial thoughts.
I mean, let's start there. I didn't have an issue with that. I feel like, if anything... Okay, let's think of it this way. If I'm producing a group where all the fans are individual stands, I want to move away from that as quickly as possible and make sure everybody's a group stan.
A one entity type thing.
Right. Like, cause like, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest for a second. Like, a fandom that's made up of like individual member stands will always
toxic
crumble.
as AF.
They're toxic as shit.
It's toxic AF.
Like, let's be honest. That's a big part of why Priston never made it out. You know what I mean? Like,
oof.
Yeah. Like, so like with all that in mind, I don't know. Like, if that was your takeaway, I was like, you know, maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah.
I mean, it's very obvious who Sungwon is. You just look for the guy in the shortest shirt, and it's Sungwon every time. That's one thing I also noticed throughout.
Man,
can we get this guy more shirt? You know, is that possible? Can we get more fabric?
He has a Kai problem.
He wants crop t-shirts. What's wrong with the crop tee, man?
I think in like 3 of the outfits, he's in a bit of a crop. Like, it's not like full crop, but it's shorter than everyone else by far in like 3 of the outfits.
He wants to show off his belly. Okay. What's wrong? Nothing wrong with
I mean, to be fair, that's the number 1 kid, so I get it, guys. Yeah. But what were your feelings of Freak Alarm?
I guess I also did find it a little repetitive. I've been wondering what sound they were going to go with. We listened to Formula. I wasn't a huge fan of that. And with this one, I'm still left wondering exactly what we're going to go for, what the vibe is going to be. Sound-wise, I don't know why, but some of it reminded me of like NCT Dream in a way, like kind of a chanty chorus, right? A chanty chorus, like a mix of things. Some of the percussion sounded very 90s to me, like a retro sound sneaked in there, which I don't mind it. I just feel like I'm left with still some questions about what we're going to go for. In the overall sound and vibe.
What's your question? Maybe they're just gonna do like more mid-school hip-hop throughout their careers.
Maybe. I guess they do have more rap-centered individuals, maybe, as far as I can tell with the lineup. But I don't know. I guess I wasn't sure. Maybe that is what they're gonna go for. We'll see. I feel like this is an introduction of that then. But I guess I'm not 100% convinced yet. I wasn't a huge fan of the hook, the hit, the Freak Alarm line. Mostly because maybe I'm being picky, but sometimes I don't know if we fully, or like the writers or the producers or the artists fully understand like what we're trying to say with that. Like, especially if it's an English line, hit the Freak Alarm. I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be more of, I don't know, we're standing out. Like,
did you know that there's a website called freakyalarm.com and it introduces you to this app called Freaky Alarm?
What is it for?
I'm looking at it right now. I think it's like one of those apps.
I'm sure they weren't thinking of that. Okay,
I think it's one of those apps where like you set an alarm and you have to like solve a quiz, like a puzzle on the spot.
To wake up.
Yeah, in order to silence the alarm, like that kind of thing. You gotta.
Okay, I don't think that's what they were talking about in this song. But
9 effective
I don't know.
Logic games. QR code.
I was just a bit not confused, but I was just left wondering, like, okay, I think I know what they're trying to say, but I don't know. Also, my biggest dislike is not even the song or what the members were doing. It was the set, because
Which set?
Majority of them, because they have a couple of them, but
the office room or the concrete floor or the
all of it. I'm not a fan. I think I mentioned this before. I don't like the little trend that the trend that we saw recently of like corporate core, like very
sterile,
gray. Yeah, like gray, concrete, not a lot of color, very like almost not quite muted, but like fluorescent lighting, maybe. I don't know what it is. I'm not a huge fan of it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. And I felt it was a little odd to combine that visual aesthetic with this sound, because I feel like the sound doesn't really give me corporate cores at all. But I don't know, maybe it's just meant to be interesting in that sense.
I don't think any K-pop song out here is like actively trying to be corporate core. Like,
No, probably not. It's pop, but
it would be cool if there was like an elevator music song or something. That'd be kind of cool. Like a B-side, that'd be interesting.
let's have kind of tried one at one point. That's pretty good. I don't know. I didn't think it was particularly too repetitive. But other than that, I kind of agree. I heard the mid-school hip hop. I felt like they kind of tied that back with like, you know, using like more modern sounding drums, and that was pretty cool. I didn't hate it. And you know, the end result felt very NCT. Didn't hate it.
right.
If I'm thinking about producing for this group, I'm not particularly worried about growth at the moment. I'm worried about having a solid start. Everyone made fun of the fucking name. So you gotta make sure the song's good at least. And I feel like if I'm like, all in all, if I had to add something to this conversation, is I feel like this is a solid start, enough to get the fans excited.
Yep.
And like going, like this sounds pretty solid. Like this sounds somewhat familiar, but also like decently different enough. Like I heard the second verse that, you know, the press described it as a slap house. I don't know if it's slap. I see the reference
Slap
there,
house.
but it's like Brazilian inspired electro house. I don't know. I see what they're trying to say here, but regardless, I felt like if I'm a fan of, you know, one of these members at Alpha Drive 1, I don't know, like this feels like a very solid start. That puts me in competition with a lot of the A tier names in the industry at the moment. And I feel like that's, if you know, for a group like this that needs to kick it right off the start, probably a good option to think about, rather than haphazardly trying to grow with the first track.
They sold 1.4 million in the first week.
There you go. Just
Yeah,
maintain
no.
the 1.4 million in your
on the first day they sold over 1 million. All right, they're chilling.
concerned with
They're big
growth.
chilling, you know. That being said, well, okay, so you know how I was talking about how like you're not gonna know who these kids are. I was watching through this music video. Another reason why is, other than the chorus and maybe one or two parts of the verses, they never show the kid actually singing the line. Does that make any sense? Like, the kid's doing something, but you could hear him singing in the background.
Oh, like they're like climbing ladders.
They're
and, like,
climbing
dancing.
something, or
Yeah.
he's opening up a fridge, and then there you could hear him singing, but you never see the kid sing. And I guess that's what
Lip-syncing.
got it to me. Like, I feel like you wouldn't know who these kids are because there's not that much of a connection like that, you know? Because sometimes you connect the kid to like a line he sings or a part he sings, but in this one, that's kind of absent.
Interesting.
I mean, if I'm completely honest for 1 second, there wasn't really a single vocalist that stood out in this track for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
So visually speaking, I don't know who you would put in the limelight there.
well, the main vocal is supposed to be Anshin, who's the China #1 kid.
Was that the guy in the blonde in the intro?
No.
Okay.
That's Sangwon the center.
All right, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Exactly. All right, Alpha Drive 1. You know what? Honestly, commercially, good start. Musically, I want to see, like, musically, they kind of sound similar to some of the other contemporaries we got going on. I want them to establish their own sound here, and let's see what we can get going forward. But if you're an Alpha Drive 1 fan, I don't think you'd be too disappointed. It's all right. It's all right.
It's a solid start. I don't think there's anything to complain about particularly.
I did notice that because I was looking at the live stages for this.
Oh yeah.
Arno, do you guys remember that? He had like a
Yes.
bit of he had a name change, right?
He's a name
Once
change.
it debuted. He had an injury, so he's not participating in
no.
promotions.
Oh no.
But hopefully he's okay.
He's the one who
Come back.
kind of looks like Taemin, Ten, and a bunch of other guys mixed together, is what people say.
Yeah.
But shout out to that kid. All right, let's pivot to the fourth song. I think we get to this before our little break. We have Lngshot, their debut with Moonwalkin. They are from More Vision. They had a pre-debut track called Saucin'. This is Jay Park's kids. This one. That's how this is being advertised to everyone. These are Jay Park's children. But informally, people are calling them 4 Tarzans, is what I'm seeing online.
Really? I didn't think it was like that.
No, people are saying they're 4 Tarzans.
Oh,
So
man.
take that for what you want to take from there.
Did not get that.
I mean, what's
at all.
Cordis then? 6 Tarzans? Am I allowed to?
Hey.
Do I need to cut that out?
No, that's fine.
I think that's reducing it a little too much, but okay, yeah.
I guess people were saying, the middle fingers, the cornrows. That's how they were connecting.
Yeah,
this
no, I don't.
Tarzan.
I'm being facetious. I see where the connection is coming.
So, as someone who's more of a hip hop head, Warren, what are your takeaways from this Lngshot Moonwalkin, this big first attempt at a J Park K-pop group influence thing going on here?
I mean, I haven't heard Sasin, and my first impression of this group was all the middle fingers they were throwing up. So I was like, oh, like they're gonna do like aggressive hip hop music. So like this was completely out of the left field for me, and I feel like if I think about J Park, he's a guy who's like, he's a guy who prides himself in doing 2 things: very, hip hop. Rap, aggressive. He's like I can do that really well, but he's also like an R&B dance musician. He's like I can do both, and he puts out albums that are focused on either concept. That's his thing. In that aspect, I hear that influence, and maybe that's where that song selection came from. Moonwalkin, for the most part, if you haven't heard it, is a nice trap-based alternative R&B track. It's pretty danceable. It's got a nice beat. The guitars are they're melodic.
Very nice instrumental.
Right, like the instrumental is fucking saucy. Like it's fucking fire.
Yeah, it's flames.
But the kids, those vocals.
Ooh, vocals.
Who wants to talk about Louis? Who wants to talk about Louis?
Okay.
God wanted to talk about Louis.
Bro.
Louis on it all.
I have an internal good list and shit list of people I like in K-pop. I'm not gonna name the members of the shit list out loud, but let's just say there's more members of the shit list than the good list. We added someone to the good list on this group. This Louis Elliott Jordan Lim kid. I'm using the full government right here.
Wow.
Okay.
He's born on May 1st, 2010. He's 6'2". He's a Taurus, apparently. Bro. When this kid Louis starts singing, it's the mala spice, dude, that you need, dude. It just comes in. Like I've been watching a lot of Hukwabaek Yorisa, the black and white chef.
Culinary class words.
Culinary class words, and the chefs always go, "The kick of my dish is we added some cilantro at this point," and you're like, "Oh, I get it." Louis is the kick of this group. Let's be honest here. He is. He really brought this together. If we just had no offense to the other guys. But if we had an absence of Louis, or Louis sounded more like the other guys, this song I feel like would have felt a little bit more monotonous than it needed to be. But when Louis comes in, it's like a palate refresher, dude. Man, what a great voice this kid got.
He's good. He's good. Have you had those you go to a grocery store and when you go to the sushi section, and then there are the rolls. Yep. There's a chirashi bowl. There's a stack of tuna sushi, salmon sushi, and then there's a mixed sushi plate for fucking $25. And you feel fancy one day, and you're like, okay, today I will go for the $25 plate, and it's got yellowtail and fucking scallop, and right? I feel like this guy's yellowtail. In a way where it's I don't think it's immediately incredibly clear how big of a role his voice plays in this track, but it just hits, that it's flavorful.
Yeah.
And a note on that as well, because I think we talked about it before we started recording, but the audio track of his voice in this song, right? Mm-hmm. I believe was an old recording, so maybe a year or two back, and they didn't re-record it, because I think when I was listening to the live stages, and they sing live, props to that, they were on live. Louis' voice is deeper now. I think he's going through puberty, probably because he's only 15, but I think it was definitely a choice to keep the old recording on the official release, because it does have a certain aspect to it that it brings to the song and the overall vibe. I don't know. I think it stands out. I think it adds something to it.
On one hand, I think he sounds great. On the other hand, the fact that we're listening to like pre-puberty voices, like
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. This is kind of weird.
He's
like,
young.
Hey, I'm not. Hey. It's alright.
I mean, no, props, because I mean, he's so young and he's already this talented. So like, looking forward to what he can do, even like in the future. You know.
Well, I've heard like more recent clips, and like people have been comparing. So like the audio version, with the official release, people have been saying he sounds like Justin Bieber, like baby era Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Now people are comparing him to Young Thug a little bit.
Oh, I'm not that familiar with him.
With Young Thug or the new Louis? Or both?
Young Thug.
I mean, I think his like current voice sounds really good too. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's aged really well, which sometimes doesn't happen with a lot of folks. Like,
true.
Correct.
Doug, what are you gonna say? I cut you off there.
No, I just said correct. That's all I said. I mean, here's the thing. It's one of the few times where there's like a youngin in the group, like a really youngin, and you're like, wow, the youth kind of added something to this. You know what I mean? Normally, you just feel like the company's like, oh, we got all these trainees. Let's just throw the 14-year-old in the group. We need him, I guess, right? And they just throw him in. But this one, the youthfulness of his voice, or the difference of his voice, really stood out. And it was a real benefit
in a good way.
to this, in a good way to this song.
And like, I know Doug earlier said that like, other than Louis, like people are a little forgettable, but like,
I did not say that. I did not.
You said something along that line.
I just said Louis was amazing, but I did not say that no one else was not good. The other dudes were great too.
Yeah, no, I think the other dudes were like really solid too. Like they are.
Yeah.
I think they clearly have a understanding of what this genre needs to sound like, and how you perceive that, I think, is up for interpretation. But the actual song we're getting, I thought, was very solid, and
very solid. Yeah.
I don't know. Am I sold? I kind of am.
I kind of really am.
Yeah. I mean, like,
it took a couple listens for me, I'll be honest, because I thought the chorus was going to sound different. Like, I didn't think it was going to be what it is. And since it's the first thing you hear in the song, I didn't realize it was the chorus at first until later it comes back to it and I'm like, oh, this is meant to be the chorus. Because I thought maybe it was a little one note in a way, like, or maybe a little underwhelming. But I feel like it makes sense with the genre. I don't think it needed to be anything super big because this is based on R&B.
Imagine if they stopped the entire beat and then they go no.
Like, that's like, it's not that. So I feel like maybe I was expecting like, oh, this should be like a bigger explosive moment, but it's not. It doesn't have to. No. And I kind of grew to like that.
Yeah, it's definitely leans on the side of like groovy and like danceable a lot more than challenge moment or like a highlight. And I feel like they made that active decision, and it was a good decision because like I feel like that chord, for what it's worth, is like really, really good. Like it's just good songwriting. It's like, it keeps the tension going, but it's really catchy. Goes back and forth between like ba 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 ba, too much, and like it's like you kind of get both worlds. You know, it's really solid stuff. Good textbook good songwriting. It is what it is, and the vocals are good. Beats good.
I'm excited. This J Park guy figured it out again. I don't know. It's crazy. This guy.
Yeah, I want to see more.
I want to make an ending comment that I realized that all the like 90% of the former members of my shit list are all not active anymore. So now the good list is way higher than the other side of that.
Dang.
Like, yeah.
You're just hating on old people.
I guess back in the day, in Gen 2, essentially, they were Gen 3 maybe. There were people like who had like characters. Like there was more active like character building where someone's like, I'm the quirky guy, or like I'm the cringy person. There was more heavy personas, and I was like, no, back then, like for one example, like okay, I'll name one example. You remember like Momoland Jui did everything in her power to act like crazy for a while. Yeah. I was just not about that, back in the day, things like that. That being said, there are a lot of members of the good list in this category. Like off the top of my head, this Louis guy, Bailey Suck, I think is really good. Of course, Bailey's on the good list. We got like Uchan's on the good list. I got actually most of ADP's on the good list. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna keep going. I got like I think Ian from Hearts to Hearts is really good.
So recent people like new recent.
And I got a dude from Boy Next Door as well in the good list. So I'm learning about these new kids. But this Louis kid, let's go. Lngshot is good. Jay Park somehow figured this shit out, which is insane to me.
We'll see. This is the debut.
Hey, based on the teaser stuff and the middle fingers, I was like, what the F is this gonna be?
I'm glad it's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Exactly.
I'll say that.
That's my whole feeling too.
It's really ironic because like I think the kind of music that I thought they were gonna do came out of ENHYPEN instead. And I was like, the irony.
Hey, let's take a quick break and we'll get to that ENHYPEN song. 3, 2, 1. The next song we got is ENHYPEN Knife. They are from B-Lift Lab. The last songs they did were Bad Desire, With or Without You, No Doubt, and EXO, Only If You Say Yes. Here's a knife right here, guys.
Oh my god.
Dude, we're gonna get us demonetized.
Am I actually?
Yes.
What? What?
I'm gonna wear that out.
That out on the show. God damn it, Douglas.
It's a letter opener.
YouTube's AI doesn't know that.
Hey, it's not gonna know. It's not.
All right, we'll see what happens.
It'd be actually really funny if I got us demonetized for this episode. It'd be hilarious. Hey, this knife song, right? It's not a sharp knife, guys. It's pretty dull. Just sort of throw that out there.
Damn.
Okay. So, did y'all like that Chorus Go song? Yeah, it seems like we did.
Yeah.
I did.
Some people took issue with our liking of that song, but I get it. I get the points that people are making. To me, this feels like a worse iteration of that line that we're going with that thread. Am I wrong in feeling that?
Like trap, hip hop vibe.
Yeah.
And K-pop.
For me, as someone who really enjoyed ENHYPEN's music last year, Bad Desire With or Without You was almost a fringe top 10 song for me at one point, right? This one felt like a swing and a miss. I don't know.
Oh damn. There's this new trend in hip hop inspired K-pop music at the moment. And I feel like it's the opium style of music with like single syllable choruses, awkwardly thrown in auto-tune. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not good. I don't think the auto-tune in this track was particularly bad. I don't think the chorus in this track was particularly bad. It's just a lot of it felt like it wasn't particularly bad. It was just kind of sat there, and I wasn't sure if I was particularly sold on that. I guess I'm not sick of this being in K-pop yet. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a very new uprising trend, so I don't have a huge problem with it. But like, kind of going back to what Doug said, like now that I've heard Chorus, I don't know. Like this feels a little less put together in terms of like overall delivery. Like it's a knife, machi clouded body make it like that. I was like, what is this? First of all, what are the lyrics? What is this delivery? What are the fucking organs playing in the background? Like, what is like
Wait, I wanted to know what you guys felt about the beginning of the song though, because in the music video, they start with like a fake news report, and footage, and personally, I find it a little bit like a tiny, like a 1% cringy to do.
Oh
that
no,
sort
it
of
was
thing.
cringy. It didn't like
Okay.
the wording of the news thing. They had someone who spoke English. 7 vampires are under a red notice for breaking a major taboo. What the f is that? Like
What
It makes
taboo
me
did
more
they break?
questions. Yeah.
what the shit is that? You would say like. You would have said 7 vampires are wanted for blah 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 blah. That would be a normal way to say that, right?
Okay.
But-
Okay. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good to know
yeah.
that I was not the only one that
What
felt a little
societal
off.
taboo did they break?
And then, like, very shortly after we get that news segment, you hear the audio sample of that meme. You know, like there's like, have you seen that meme of a little kid running around and then the mom asks like, what do you have there? Like, it's a knife, and then she's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
and then she goes
I've
off
seen
running.
that.
Okay, they use that, right? And I felt that, okay, I guess it's something interesting, but it felt a little off considering that clip and that sound feels very like, I don't know, it feels too upbeat for what they were doing like very shortly after, or maybe it's meant to be like juxtaposition. But
No, I think it has the same effect of like, I'm getting out of here in like Internet Girl, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like,
The lyrics also have like cliches like Bonnie and Clyde don't have anything to do with knives. I know they were criminals and they're star-crossed lovers and things like that, but like they were using Tommy gun machine guns and stuff. They were not knifing people, you know? Like they could have actually like said like Jack the Ripper, that guy used a knife, you know? Like I don't know. It just felt like they just wanted to invoke things, but so they just
Yes.
started throwing things out there. And you're like, okay, guys.
they started throwing
relax.
knives, literally, in the lyrics. Not, I don't know, man. I am 100% with you. I feel like they had the idea of knife, and then they built the entire song around it, and then they kind of started running out of things to say.
the word knife, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the lyrics here. I'm trying to find an example. Like, I'm not gonna attempt to translate on the spot again. But like, ooh, what you scheming? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Word.
I don't know what I'm scheming. I'm not scheming anything.
Hey, to be fair, as cringy as the lyrics were, the kids were trying real hard. The dancing was good. The styling was actually
like-
pretty. I love the
I
styling.
love the styling and the choreo. I thought
Yeah.
that was what
Bro,
saved
the-
it a bit for me.
the Nikki White streak. I was
That's
into
cool.
that.
You liked
Oh,
that?
that's
Nice.
cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm a big Nikki fan. Come on, that was cool.
Okay.
But the lyrics.
But like you know, this just like it. They were supposed to come off this tough, you know, and it did not
Yeah.
come off like that to me, you know. Like
I feel like it really could have, but there was, for me,
they
the
should
tipping
have.
point,
Oh, keep
Go
on.
ahead.
The tipping point was what?
the chorus,
Okay.
how much we actually say knife in the chorus. I feel like we said it enough. We could have said something else.
It's a blade. Blade. That's not to say I still think like some of this sounds good, right? Like going back to what I said
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
I'm going to deliver on 2026 with both the pros and cons.
Bring some positive word. Yeah.
I feel like some of the autotune on the vocals sat really well. Like in particular, I was thinking about Jay, like right off the end of the first verse, the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, like that. It was like, I don't know, like I think the group made up for its lack of a solid rapper by throwing in good vocal verses combined with a rhythmatic drive with autotune thrown in, and I felt like that was a very intelligent decision. It played to their pros really well. So in that aspect, I felt like in this spectrum of opium to K-pop, compared to Chorus, this sits way closer to K-pop. But
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they on one hand I feel like that was an active decision because I think this group is aware of what they're capable of doing and what they want, where they want to be. On the other hand, I do feel like some of it, I don't know. Like I think I could do a better job of producing this if I could. No, like I don't know, man. Like I'm not a K-pop producer. Like, but the end result of it, I don't know. Felt like a bit of an awkward mix, and that's where I think between the three of us, we were very pleasantly surprised with Go and Cordis last year. fashion where it felt like it did a great job of balancing that, because I knew back when we were talking about that song that this could be the counterexample where it sits in an awkward balance in between. So I don't know, in my head, is this terrible? No, like there is definitely great moments to come out of it. And if I was an ENHYPEN fan, I feel like the positive takeaway is the expansion of what ENHYPEN is capable of, and you know, trying new sounds. And for what it's worth, I think it sounds pretty decent. But on the other hand, this feels a lot more standard than a lot of the other music that ENHYPEN was putting out. If I think about, like, particularly their like earlier in their careers,
their actual vampire themed or stuff, right?
Yeah, like now it's just like I'm just thinking about Playboy Carti, because like he had a whole, I don't know if Doug you know this, but like he had a whole phase, still kind of does, of like I'm a vampire, like dark fashion thing. And like combined with the musical style, I was like, that's what I was thinking about when in this intro. And then later on, I remembered, oh right, that was their thing. It was like,
that's their thing. I don't mind that. I like the vampire lore.
I feel like this would have worked more if we actually filmed this in a dangerous location. Like we could have went O Block, we could have went to Brownsville, New York, we could have went to Watts, LA. I feel like if we had filmed this music video in one of these spots, Skid Row in LA right now ain't doing too well, this would have been a lot more interesting of a music. I would have felt the actual energy of this music video.
I would have felt the energy of the burning cars if they filmed it in Minneapolis.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe. I don't know. He said that, not me. Hey, I feel like at the end of the day, it's like they're trying to invoke something, but to me, it just didn't really come off, you know, at the end of the day. And I think a lot of it, I think at the start, like the whole knife motif is just kind of weird. Like it's supposed to be very aggressive, right? Of course, you're saying the word knife is an aggressive thing to say, but like it comes off like, okay, you know, like, I don't, there's no weight to it, and there should be, right?
If I'm completely honest, I do feel like, okay, I understand the imagery and the connotation the word knife brings is what they were going for, but at the end of the day, songs are meant to be listened to, and the word knife doesn't sound that aggressive, you know what I mean? Okay, the Korean word for knife is kal. Kal sounds sharp. The word knife, I don't know, it's just knife. It's like, it sounds like door, you know, like.
I think to me, I feel like I would describe this as you're telling instead of showing, you know, where you're telling me like this is sharp, a knife, you know, stuff like that. But I feel like instead of that, it should be more showing, like more of like feeling like of this vibe that they're going for, which I don't think they missed it completely. I just felt like repeating the word knife felt like it was just trying to tell me what was going on.
All right, let's pivot to the final song. We have the long-awaited actual real comeback title track of EXO with Brown. They are from SM. They had the other thing I wrote here for the last song. They had that sampler with I'm Home, that more ballady song, the Christmas ballad, and we were like, oh shit, Lazy are actually here in person. Hey, we got this Crown song. I could tell from our pre-discussion for the show that someone did not like this song, I think, between the three of us.
Oh, shit. God damn it, Anita.
I don't know if it's Anita, because I like this track. I thought Crown was great.
Oh, you think it's me?
Wait,
maybe
you like this?
Warren?
What score did I give it? We can talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
I thought that this song kind of invoked a lot of what made like EXO strong. Like I thought the EXO vocal layering was great. The singing was great.
Good.
The vocals were really good. And you know, if you watch this in our order, if you watch Knife and then you go into Crown, start watching it, you go, Egoji, this is what it's supposed to be like, you know? That's how I felt. Like, I know that EXO are not actually fighting for a crown, but the way that they approached this song and the way it was presented, if you felt the gravitas of this song, at a minimum. It felt like something important. That's where I'll start.
It felt like an event to you.
Yeah, does anyone else feel that way?
I can recognize it. I feel like maybe it's a personal preference, but I'm not always a huge fan of being too on the nose with the I don't think EXO is the only one, but like very much like we are the kings. We are defending our crown, our top spot, which I think that is what this song is about.
Yeah.
Very like visually and lyrically obvious on that. Like literally we see crowns, they're dressed as royalty. Lyrically they also mentioned that. So I feel like to me it got to the point where it felt a little too on the nose personally. But I think EXO kind of makes up for that because there's very great performers and they do have the history behind them to pull it off in a way. I just wish they would have toned it down a tiny bit, because it did feel like it was repeated both visually and in the song. But I guess I'm nitpicking there. So yeah, I think that was my first impression of that whole vibe.
I mean, they're coming for it. They got to tell you what they're coming for. It's like, what, are you coming for?
But I know,
cupcake?
We know who EXO is.
Full transparency, I don't hate the song. I don't have a huge
I don't hate it either.
Yeah. Before we started recording, I guessed that maybe Doug didn't like the song because Doug was like, I don't like 2 songs this week. So I was like, maybe one of it's crown. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't. I was clearly very wrong. That's the only reason we came into that conversation. I don't hate the song.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
To me, it felt like for all intents and purposes, it felt like rewatching some of the classic SM tropes play in a pretty tasteful way. I think the sound design is clearly like modeled after trap music, and like, there's like these hardcore guitars, and then there's like very abstract but like epic feeling lyrics. I don't know, like with all that considered, I would probably say the genre is like SMP, like SM performance music proper, which is like, it began as like a marketing term that SM liked to use, saying like, like we have our own genre of like music, but like, but if I think about like going back to what made SM really good at producing boy groups in the late 90s to the early 2000s, like this, I feel like shares a common DNA with like HOT or like early TVXQ.
TVXQ for sure. I felt that.
Yeah, like it felt like before SMP became sorry and like that thing over and over again. That was pretty clear in the lyrics. That was pretty clear in the sound design. And it also was very clear in like the rap delivery, which I don't think it was very good. And I feel like in order to pull this sound off in 2026, you kind of need to do better, but I mean, it is what it is. But I kind of agree with you guys. The vocals are definitely the strong suit. The vocal stacking. Dio sounds great. I'm glad to hear him again. Like don't get me wrong. Like, we've heard like a lot of these members here and there, and like what's an example? Like we've heard Kai a lot, Yeah. But like, if I think about EXO, other than CBX, which is absent from this comeback, I think Dio has always been my like favorite member in terms of vocal capabilities, and he's back, and I like hearing him, and I liked his presence in the first verse. So all in all, it felt like Felt like the Unks are doing a good job of pulling off.
The Unks?
Like they're like early 30s, is it? Like
They're like my age.
Yeah,
I'm an
dude.
uncle. I am literally an uncle, to be honest.
Yeah, you literally have.
Yeah, I'm an unk.
Oh.
Hey, that being said, something about the music video felt very like Da Vinci Code to me. I don't know why. Like the historical motifs. And they also had like, I don't know if it was intentional, like when they were like for some reason standing on this floating crown towards the end, the backup dancers had like goat horns, which is very Masonic of them to do.
Oh.
You know? So I thought that was kind of out there.
Well, I mean, they're like standing up still with like huge red capes flying behind them in this epic, like.
Yeah, that was a good shot. That shot was amazing. I like the song. You know, say what it is. Like these older dudes, they rap like Gen 3 people or whatever. But like, it to me, for someone who's been waiting for a proper EXO comeback, I'm pretty satisfied with this. The energy was put in. The budget was really high. Of course, the performance was good from them. I had a good time with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. They still got it for sure. And you know, I know we're missing some of the members because of lawsuit and other situations, but for what we got, I thought it was good. I liked what we got. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's that's fair. It's interesting. It feels like this track in particular feels like it's saying, okay, if I think about Cream Soda, and if I think about the one that came before it, which was Don't Fight the Feeling, like those two title tracks, it very much felt like EXO, you know, like all matured up, and they're like, you know, it felt like they are like artists who like felt very mature. It's like, I can't think of a better word. But like in this track, it feels like they're saying we're still in their prime. Like we can still do this. And, you know, like I feel like regardless of how I felt about the track, I feel like they slowed that off. And, you know, I think that goes back to what Doug is saying. So, yeah.
Hey, that's all the tracks for this week, the 6 tracks. Other songs that released. This first one, the Zico Lilas duet song, is amazing. It's a really good track. It features Ikura from Yaosobi, right? I think so.
Lilas, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. That song is really fun. We have Yuna with Wish to Wish. Secret number of Buttersweet? There's no way this song is called Buttersweet. It better be Bittersweet.
While you say that, I'm gonna say
it's Bittersweet. Okay.
Bittersweet, not Buttersweet.
I was gonna say there's no way it's Buttersweet. XG with 4 seasons. Say My Name, UFO Attention, Ascent with Replay, Identity, Pretty Boy Swag, A-Pink, Love Me More, Juhani, Sting featuring Muhammad Ali. There's a voiceover. It's crazy. Ikey,
okay.
Not Like a Movie, CM Blue Killer Joy, Latency debut, with It Was Love. That's a band that has G1 from Signature, another girl from Signature, and Heejin, not Heejin, one of the girls from Luna is also in that. Yeah, so that's something that's going on right now. Hyunjin. They're in that right now. Hyunjin's a drummer out of nowhere. Zero Base One, Running to the Future, which feels like a pre-goodbye song. Like, it's kind of wild that they're doing that. We have Young Posse with Lose Your Shit. DK and Sungwon from 17, they released Blue. Kiki Delulu is a pre-release. People like that one. Ensign with Funky Like Me, Light Some Beautiful Pain, and Catch the Young Amplify. Okay. That was all the other songs that got released. We are now at SojuScore, the segment where each week the crew, Gochu Gang, and the SojuTalk Nation will score the new releases. Average songs receive a 5. Songs with an average score of 7.3 will enter the Hall of Spice. The songs this week: Katseye, Internet Girl, Chuu, EXO, My Cyberlove, Alpha Drive 1, Freak Alarm, Lngshot, Moonwalking, ENHYPEN, Knife, and EXO, Crown. Let me get it on the screen. All right, the first song is Katseye with Internet Girl. I think I gave Gnarly the first time we listened to it like a 2. I think was my initial score.
Damn.
Now I would have kicked it higher than that. I'm going to leave it. I did not dislike this as much as some people. I'm going to put it at a 4 though, based on our rubric of 4 is underwhelming. I was a little whelmed by this song. And I'm an Arlie supporter, a Katseye supporter. I was just like, with this one.
I also landed on a 4 with Katseye. I think for similar reasons. I found it a little underwhelming. But I mean, it's something to talk about, and I think maybe that's what they wanted. So,
yeah, I don't know. If I'm completely honest with myself, I feel like this track is built around generating discussion and not much more. I don't think that's what music should be. I have a 2.
God damn. So just like
Okay, wow.
and Gochu Gang also voted, they gave it 4.14. And as a result, it's getting 3.54, guys.
It's like higher than Gnarly, right?
I think it is.
Is it? Oh, okay. That makes sense to me.
I could look it up later, but let's keep going.
I'll look
Next
it up
we have
later, yeah.
Chuu with EXO Cyberlove. I thought this was pleasant. I got this one at a standard 6 for me. You know, I thought this was just a pleasant song. Good. I don't think it's blowing my socks off, but I thought it was fine.
I found this one to be kind of in the middle because I think I've liked a couple of other Chuu songs more, but I didn't hate it, so I gave it a 5.
Before I discuss my scores for Chuu, I pulled up our scores for Gnarly. Doug gave it a 3, Anita gave it a 3, Warren gave it a 1, The Nation gave it a 2.83, the average was a 2.46. So, I don't know. Sounds like Internet Girl is way better than Gnarly is what I'm hearing. But going back to EXO, My Cyberlove, I don't know. I felt like it was pretty in the middle of the road. It wasn't particularly the most inspiring, if I'm completely honest, but I still had a nice time. I had a 5.
SojuTalk Nation / Gochu Gang also voted. They gave it a 6.68.
Okay.
Pretty high. And as a result, it is going to get 5.67. The next song we got is Alpha Drive 1 with Freak Alarm. For me, middle of the road song. Like, I gave it a 5. Straight up. I thought it was just aight.
Me too. I also gave it a 5. I actually want them to have a different release because I want to like Aldi, you know, because I watched some of the show.
You want it to sound like Aldi?
We'll see.
Like the grocery store?
No. I don't know. I'm waiting. I guess I'm still waiting to see what the sound will be. But yeah, 5 for now.
I don't know if that'll ever happen, if I'm completely honest. I don't know. I feel like it did a good job of like establishing Alpha Drive 1 amongst its peers as a valid player in the game. They're not NPCs. Ring the freak alarm. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I got a 6.
6.
Okay.
And the Nation voted. They gave it a 5.45, and the result is a 5.36. The next song we got is Lngshot Moonwalkin. Hey, it was by far my favorite song out of the 6. You want to know how much I like this one? You know how many times I listened to this? It's an 8.
Oh!
Wow!
I would put it in the Hall of Spice if it was just me. I thought it was
Wow.
spicy. Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Straight up.
That's crazy.
Okay. I've also been listening to this song a lot. Like I said, I think I grew to like it even more over the past couple of days. I gave it a 7. I would recommend this. It's nice R&B, good stuff.
I agree. I would definitely recommend this track. It's the one song you should probably check out amongst the 6. Whether you think this is a good direction or not, I think that's up for you to decide. But the song itself is really good. I have a 7.
This needs like a 7.15 to get Hall of Spice, I think.
Oh boy.
So just like they should vote, they gave it a 6.23. And as a result, it will get a 7.06. But hey, that's a solid score, guys. 7.06.
It's a great way to debut.
Next, we have ENHYPEN Knife. I was pretty let down with this one, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I would straight up. I would rather listen to Internet Girl than Knife.
What?
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to keep them at the same
Love this.
scores. It's a 4. It's a 4.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
I wouldn't skip it, but it's like, it's not great for me.
I was debating. This is the one that I had a hard time give it a score to because, well, I think there are some parts that could have been a little different, like the chorus. There's a lot of stuff that I thought was still really cool, but I'm gonna give it a 5. 5.
Yeah, I think a lot of how I feel about this track cancel each other out. I thought there were some solid moments, like Jay, for example. I thought, the lyrics were kind of ass. It's kind of very indicative of where this trend is headed at the moment. All in all, it feels very average. I got a 5.
The Nation also voted for this one. They gave it a 5.75, so way more
okay.
positive than us. And as a result, it gets a 4.94. And then finally, we're at EXO with Crown. I would recommend this one to people if you haven't listened to EXO before. It's a 7 from me.
Having been a long time EXO fan, maybe I am viewing this with more judgmental eyes, but I still had a good time. It's still an event. I gave it a 6. I still had a good time.
Yeah, I agree. Man, our scores are very identical to this week.
Yes, they are.
What the fuck? Swear I'm not copying off of your homework here. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna remember this track in like a couple weeks. To be honest, like I thought the vocals were solid, but all in all, it just felt like EXO attempting to do their version of what's like kind of trendy at the moment, throw in a lot of Crown visuals. I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it was pretty good. I had 6.
Nation Gochu Gang also voted for this song. They gave EXO's Crown a 6.84.
Oh,
Big score.
nice.
Yeah.
That's a big
And
score.
as a result, it gets a 6.46. So the Soju scores this week, the first scores of 2026 are Katseye's Internet Girl 3.54. Chuu, EXO My Cyberlove 5.67. Alpha Drive 1, Freak Alarm 5.36. Lngshot Moonwalkin 7.06. ENHYPEN Knife 4.94. And EXO Crown 6.46. Anita, hit us with the show winners from the start of 2026.
Yeah, we have quite a list here, but starting off with NMIX with Blue Valentine, they had a win on Music Bank, so they have a total of 10 wins so far.
God damn.
Big congrats to them. Yeah, they keep winning. Good. And then we have Hwasa with Good Goodbye. They also she still had a good run with this one. Won twice on Inkigayo, giving her a triple crown there. 5 total wins. Then we have From S9 with White Memories. They won on Show Music Core. 2 wins so far with that song. And then Islet with Not Cute Anymore. 1 win on Show Music Core. Then All Day Project with Look at Me. 1 win on M Countdown. And then A-Pink with Love Me More. 1 win on M Countdown as well. Then Say My Name with UFO/Attention. 1 win on Music Bank. It was their first win ever. Big congrats to them. And another first win for Identity and Pretty Boy Swag, also on Music Bank. Congrats.
Hey, shout out to Hitomi and Say My Name. Shout out to Identity, Madhouse's new boy group. Hey, I made a mistake here. Islet Not Cute Anymore. It's their second win for that show.
Second win. Okay, good. I thought it was going pretty viral. That makes sense to me.
They won first week of December. And they won again in January somehow. I don't know what's going on. Also, the huge variety of winners. There was no like person sweeping.
Like
everyone
that.
won one show. I don't know what's going on there. Kind of like that though. But that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 357. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using.
and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk episode 357. We're gonna cover all the news and events from like the past month, essentially, guys.
Big
There's so much news. I had to cut out a bunch. I had to leave in a lot. Let's say this is sort of in order of importance. It kind of always is, but okay. The first thing that happens was the New Jeans stuff happened at the end of December, right?
Yeah.
We initially got 3 things dropped one time. Hani coming back to the company, right? We knew that's happening. We have Minji in discussions about her contract.
Right.
She still is in discussions. We never got an update for that.
Wait, really?
We never.
We don't
did
have a
not get an
conclusion?
update.
Still?
No, and it's been like 3 weeks. And then the bombshell
Okay.
that dropped, because we knew Hedin and Hayin are already back, right? So we have 3.5. The bombshell. Danielle terminated.
Right.
Damn.
So she got terminated. People are like, what the F's going on here? It goes further. Adore filed a massive multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Danielle,
Oh, no.
her parents, Minijin, as well, on top of this. For damages and here we go. Adore has filed a 43 billion won, so $33 million USD lawsuit against Danielle, her family, and Minijin for penalties and damage against the contract they had established with her.
I mean,
That's a lot.
you know, the moment they kick
That's-
these guys out, like that was bound to happen. But like, this is big money.
Oh, so
Yeah, so the lawsuit is basically claiming she violated her exclusive contract, engaged in unauthorized solo activities, other things like that, you know. But that's the lawsuit. And even the law experts were like, I get this is a messy situation, but this doesn't look good, you know. That's even the people were saying, like, sure, legally you might have a right to sue her, but it doesn't look good, obviously, suing over $30
Right.
million bucks. But then she's opened up her own Instagram now called Dazibel. She also had a live stream that happened.
I did
She
see
stated,
that.
quote, I fought till the very end to be together with my members, and that truth stays with me. That's what she said. So it is what it is, guys, at this point.
sad.
Okay.
I mean, the number one comment of this tweet is kind of snarky. It says, the truth stays with me. Here we go again with saying words but not actually saying anything, just like they've been doing the past year.
Oh man. Okay. Let's actual factual takeaways. 1. Minji is still up in the air. We don't have a full confirmation.
Correct.
Other 3 kids are back. Danielle is goners. People are suing her at a door. Okay. That's all right. Well,
There's rumors, unconfirmed rumors, that Minji and Hani didn't know that they were going to drop Danielle while they were like talking to them, too.
yeah, I mean,
Oh,
of
I'm
course.
pretty sure they didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If I'm hyped, like I'm not telling anybody.
Right.
Like prisoner's dilemma, man. Like, come on.
So
I guess-
sadly, my first prediction that we made last year already
I
came
was so
true.
mad that you were right.
God damn it, Douglas.
I'm so mad
God
that you're
damn it,
right.
Douglas.
Well, for
You-
those
this
of
is
you
your
who didn't
fault.
see the episode, my prediction was we're not going to get New Jesus 5. That was my prediction.
This is on
And
you, man. You brought the
it got
bad
proven
juju
right
into us.
within a week, which is crazy.
This is like
It's crazy.
your bad juju into 2026. We don't need any of that energy here, man. Like this is my one sanctuary world. Fucking world melts apart. Like
It's
Oh,
it's a
man.
shame, honestly, because the 5 of them was magic. It was magic.
It was. Some good stuff came out of that.
Things happen.
It was a
Think
good
some things
run.
are bigger than just the music, and this seems to be one of those cases. We've been covering this for like a year and a half now, whatever.
A while. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep going. We got happier news. BTS confirmed to make the comeback on March 20th.
Ooh.
Here we
it will
go.
mark the group's first comeback in 3 years and 9 months.
Oh, man.
This was
That's a lot
reported
sooner than I thought.
on New Year's Day. The new album is called Arirang. It will feature 14 tracks. It's dropping on
That's a
1
big
p.m.
album.
KST, midnight EST, and people are excited. And then on top of that, they dropped the world tour as well. Look at these dates, guys.
Wow. Into
It is-
2027. Oh my god.
It's a 2027, and they're adding more dates in Japan and the Middle East and more.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh.
So like we start in Goyang, which is in Korea. We go to Tokyo. Then we do like Tampa. El Paso's getting a concert. Mexico City, Stanford, Connecticut, I would assume, Las Vegas, Busan, Madrid, Brussels, London, Munich, Paris, East Rutherford, so that's the New York date, Foxborough, that's in Boston, Baltimore, Arlington, Toronto, Chicago, LA, Bogota, Lima, Santiago, Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, Kaohsiung, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Jakarta, Melbourne, Sydney, Hong Kong, and Manila. This is a massive tour.
Wow.
And if I'm seeing this right, every location is getting at least 2 dates.
Correct. And
Oh,
in
really?
2027, we're adding more
Oh,
Japan.
right. Yeah, you're right.
We're probably going to do domes in Japan.
Yeah.
We're going to the Middle East. We're going to hit up Dubai. We're going to eat some
Wow,
chocolate there. And
that's
we're going to
huge.
get more. It's going to continue to go on.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Good luck to people ticketing.
I think it's already out there, man. Is it not?
Oh, is it?
I don't
forgot.
know. I
haven't checked.
I heard the hotel prices in Busan have been fucking inflated as hell, and they've been up like 2,000%. 2,000%.
My god.
In America, the pre-sale starts in 3 days. So if you're listening to
good
this,
luck.
you can still
Good luck.
get in on
You
it.
got this.
They do have benefit first for the Army, of course, and then you can
Right,
try to
fan
get-
club, yes.
But this MetLife Stadium is like and the stage is, at least in the Busan one, it's an X on the floor, so they're gonna be seating 360 around it.
Oh, that's
They're
cool.
they're going for max
That's
capacity.
really cool.
And we don't know if they're going for max capacity every site, but at least in the Korean one, the first couple dates, they're going for maximum capacity.
That's cool.
So as many
Yeah.
people as possible can come.
Well, yeah.
Man, this
makes
is gonna be their magnum opus of tours.
Yeah, this thing's gonna
Yeah.
rake
Oh,
like
man.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane. But
Wow.
it's finally happening. The tour we were promised is finally happening. It's exciting. This is gonna be huge news the entire next year and change for sure. So that happened. That's the big BTS news. Next, we had award shows. All I'm gonna talk about today songs. Melon Music Awards happened back in December 20th. G-Dragon went crazy. Artist of the Year Day Song, Album of the Year, Song of the Year for Home Sweet Home, and then the Record of the Year went to Jenny. So he got 3 day songs there. The Melon Music
Okay.
Awards.
It's a lot of day songs.
Next thing that happened at the Golden Disc Awards, Song of the Year went to G-Dragon, Home Sweet Home. Album of the Year went to Stray Kids Karma. Artist of the Year went to Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny can go
Okay.
there. And then in terms of other news, hey, Demon Hunter's hype is just starting, guys. So Golden won Best Song at the Critics' Choice Awards, right? And then it also
Very
won
nice.
Best Animated Film. And Lee Byung-hyun was
Yes.
there, which is kind of fun. But then it won the Golden Globe for Best Original Song.
Oh wow.
And the movie won the Golden Globe for the Best Motion Picture, which is almost always indicative of how the Oscars are gonna go.
For
There's
the animated
Yeah,
category.
the
Yeah.
animated category. So
Yeah.
it's highly likely that K-pop Demon Hunters might win an Oscar for Best Animated Film.
Oh, that's
Hey, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So that's crazy. And Golden might win the Best Original Song. And they always perform all the original songs at the Oscars, so they're most
Right.
likely going to sing Golden there.
I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
That's awesome. And other accolades, we have Hwasa's Good Goodbye became the second place song with so they surpassed Ditto, and it's now the second most perfect all killed song with over 661 hours for Hwasa.
Wow.
Oh. I should actually listen to the song now.
Yeah, it's
Now
probably
you get
should.
it? Now you get it?
I haven't heard it yet.
On paper, it's the second most successful K-pop song.
Yes. That's crazy.
Is that kind of wild if you think about that?
I really gotta listen to this. I still haven't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then Woods' Drowning broke the record for the song with the most week in Melon Top 10 history, surpassing Hype Boy with 49 weeks. So Drowning has done 50 weeks in Top 10 on Melon.
Oh, wow.
That's also crazy too. Oh, about a year of that song being in the top 10.
These records are crazy to me because like supposedly music consumption is supposedly getting faster and faster and faster. So like in my head, songs should be harder to chart for a very long time. But yet here we have 2 examples of songs that have surpassed songs that came out 2-3 years ago in terms of longevity.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's man.
Imagine like your Woods, you have a pretty successful career. X1 doesn't work out, and you were in Unique back in the day at Yehua, right?
Yeah,
and then you join Produce, you get into X1, it fails. Then you decide to do a solo thing. It goes okay. Then you got to go to the military, and while you're in the tail end of the military, your song goes #1, right?
Yeah.
Like that's awesome
What a
for him.
career, man.
And now he's been on a bunch of variety. I've seen him. He's been on a couple UJ Suck shows. He was at the Pinky Go Awards too. Like life's looking good, you know.
Good for Wiz.
Let's keep going. So we got the lawsuit news now. So Adore partially won their $1 billion lawsuit against the Dolphiners film. So the ruling determined that Dolphiners film broke contractual terms by releasing the director's cut of New Jeans ETA online without consent. So this whole case revolves around the fact that Apple had to approve of this director's cut before he was allowed to post it, and he didn't go through the proper channels and get Apple's approval. He just posted it on his YouTube, and that's where he got in trouble. That's the crux of this case right here. Yeah, he was in a legally binding contract that said like Apple had final say on what you can post as a partner with Adore at the time, and he didn't go through those channels, and that's why he got penalized. That's how that one turned out. Well, the other lawsuit that happened was 50/50 agency Attract partially won their lawsuit against the Givers. They will receive $500 million in damages. They initially wanted $2 billion in damages. So this one is more like a tampering lawsuit where Attract claimed that An Sung-il and there's a director Beck, and then the Givers kind of colluded to take the rights of this song and things like that. And basically the court said like, yeah, to an extent they definitely colluded to do that, you know. So, you know, it's kind of sad because we ended up with 50/50 2.0, and then what's the other group's name? I forgot.
Remember it. Yeah, I know what we're talking about. I thought it was an L, I think.
A Bloom. That's it. A Bloom. Yeah, so that happened. But, you know, 50/50 2.0 is pretty popular. Like, you see Chanel on a lot of clips, you know? But, yeah, they still got they got to wrap that lawsuit up. The next one, so this is kind of oof. Tongmino has been indicted on the charges of violating the Military Service Act. It's not only him. The guy who was supposed to be supervising him come to his desk job also got in trouble because he let him skip work, more or less. So it wasn't just Songmino not showing up. The guy who was supposed to like take his attendance, make sure he's there, let him do that as well. So he's in trouble too. Yikes there. And then the final law thing I have is, so if you remember this, the Guhara Act will be, it came into effect on January 1st. It's an act that bars abusive or neglectful parents from inheriting their child's estate. So if you remember, after Guhara passed away, her mother was not in her life for like over 10 years. And her mother got like most of her estate and like her wealth after it, even though her brother was like, we don't talk to mom, period.
Right.
So he thought that was strange. And that went through the court system, and they ruled that, I don't know what the line is for abusive or neglectful, but there is now some kind of provision in place for that to happen. That's right, though, to be completely honest, right?
That feels fair.
Yeah, that feels more fair.
If you're not acting as the role of the parent, you shouldn't reap the benefits of it, you know?
Also, it kind of, at least in America, it points to the fact that you need to list your beneficiaries on accounts and have a will early. Those are some things you need to get going.
Yes.
Because once you pass away, you should know where your assets are going to end up. And you should have control over that. Let's keep going. We got more top line news. We got, so Krafton, they're the people who made PUBG, right?
Okay.
They want to diversify what they own or have some kind of partnerships in because they're like, we can't just make video games. So they gave Black Label 100 billion won.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so random.
Yeah, so they invested in look, there's the Black Label and Crafted. They got a collab. They put 100 billion won and they give Teddy $100 million and they're like, yeah, make more groups of music.
Okay. I mean, that feels like a hefty investment. Like, don't get me wrong. Investments should be big, but this is wow.
Huge.
Yeah.
One of the comments is, are we no longer broke or what? Do we finally get light sticks? And more importantly, when do the members get paid? So that's in reference to Bailey, Uchan, and Youngso went on Jang Do-yeon's show recently. And basically, Youngso and Uchan said right now it'd be difficult for me to pay for a dinner with the 5 members if I had to pay the whole bill. So it kind of points to the fact that they haven't been paid yet. But hey, the company's getting paid 100 milli in the bank. So that's kind of nuts.
Like when I was in Korea over break, like I felt like I saw a lot of ADP ads. Like they were, strangely enough, the face of a investment bank. Which I guess I didn't imagine that would happen, but hey, there you go.
I know they're like for an outdoor apparel brand too. They're on something like that.
They were the most popular picks right now for I think for like ad production.
I saw in terms of ads, I got one more funny thing to say. Anyujin is like the spokesmodel for some kind of credit card that only people in the military can get. So she says it's funny, I'm the spokesperson, but I can't even get the card. So her face is on the card, but she can't get it.
Oh,
something like that.
She's the face of 나라사랑 카드?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's on it. So she's like, it's weird because I can't even get the card, even though I'm the model for it.
Damn. I have my card somewhere, and it's the most boring ass navy color.
Well, now Anyujin's face is on it, so isn't that great? So in terms of other projects, we got other news. Annie's on hiatus until the end of May to attend Columbia University's spring semester.
Go back to school.
So people are like, what? How does that happen? But then she clarified on their fan platform. She essentially stated, I want to reassure you that I'm not going anywhere. For the next 3.5 months, the only difference is that I'll be in New York attending school during my days off. So this girl's gonna be flying back and forth to Korea like multiple times a week, apparently.
Oh man,
that must be rough.
The heiress.
And everyone's like, that's the weirdest, that's the most rich person shit I've ever heard in my life, is what people are saying.
But I did hear that she has a single semester left before graduation.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I get it. Like, if you're a single semester away, like, yes, you should do it.
It's doable. It's just not easy, but
yeah,
it can be done.
Apparently, she studies visual design and art history at Columbia University.
Her sister also attends Columbia, I believe.
Cool.
Nice.
Both there. Let's keep going. The next thing. So XG, you remember Kokona? They made an announcement in the end of the year. It went further than that. The XG has changed the name of the group from Extraordinary Girls to Extraordinary Jeans. That is the new name of the group, which kind of makes sense, given the announcement that Kokona made at the end of the year.
Right.
So XG is officially a co-ed group now?
I don't know.
Technically, yes. Next thing, A-Pink, Bomi, and Rado getting married in 2026.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was even referenced when A-Pink appeared on Running Man last week. They mentioned it to her, and she's like, yeah, getting married this year, yada, yada, yada.
No, congrats.
Congrats. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So like, you know what the funny thing is? When Rado's like producing for Stacey, and Stacey always makes fun of Rado, like now Bolby's like the mother of the CEO, like the wife of the CEO. You know how funny that is now, right? Like, that's crazy, actually.
Stacey mother.
All right, next thing. IOI reunion, the concert venue has been booked. Yeonjung stated this on a radio interview, and then Somi at her like fan meetings has been saying like, yeah, we're doing it. She's like, like leaking it all over the place.
Oh wow.
So that's happening. It's like confirmed.
I would like to see it.
and I think everyone but Kang Mina is going to be in it, and maybe Joo Young. I'm not completely sure Pinky's going to be in it, but at a minimum, we're going to get like 8 or 9 of them.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's happening. And then I'm a Sejong fan. On her at her recent fan meet, she performed like the Semina songs, like their audition song and other things like that.
Oh,
so that was
wow.
kind of cool to see. Yeah. So she's getting back into singing too, I think. And then 101 are reuniting for a new reality show in 2026. Broadcast expected in the first half of the year, which is odd because later in the news, Kang Daniel's going to the military in like a month or so.
Oh.
So it must have already filmed then, people are thinking.
Oh, hopefully. That'd be odd if he's not there.
This is going to be called 2026 101 Go. It's going to air on Mnet Plus. Okay.
Wow, it's been a
So
while.
the OG groups are coming back.
Yeah.
Next thing we have, Blackpink announces third mini album Deadline out on February 27th. So there is an official date now for this. It's happening, guys. The Blackpink album right here, February 27th.
For some reason, I
Okay.
forgot that they're dropping an album. Like, I thought Jump was the thing. That was the deadline. We had a whole tour called Deadline. It's done. Why are we dropping the album after the tour?
There's
I don't know,
another
don't you feel
deadline.
don't you feel like we drop the album, let it simmer for a month, and then do the tour? Isn't that the normal thing to do?
Yeah.
Usually.
That's really what BTS is doing.
But let's keep going. So next I have some musical news. It's Yuna solo debut in March.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
Biggest
That's happening
what
there.
if of the K-pop industry
Next
happening.
thing, T.O.P. He's making a musical comeback this year, he stated. Well, not even he stated this year. He just said, at some point, an album is on the way. So he's
Okay.
planning to do music in some capacity.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh. It's apparently
That's-
going to be called Another Dimension.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
apparently what
Top.
it's called, yeah.
Okay. And Mamamoo reunion is happening. Well, not a reunion, but
Wow.
the full group is coming together June 2026,
Oh, wow.
followed by a 26-city world tour.
Everybody's coming back. What's going on?
These are all like
Wow.
fun things that are happening.
Yeah.
And also fun, Dreamcatcher Xian, you know how like Dreamcatcher kind of fizzled out at towards the end? She's now going to be she's like the lead singer of a band under the Dreamcatcher label.
Oh.
It has a really weird name. Chirakital, or it's like
I've
it's,
heard of this. I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, she's the main vocalist of this. It's Kurotikal. That's how you
Practical.
Call.
Practical.
Like-
That's how you pronounce that.
like
but she's the
critical.
main singer of this band that's happening.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I think you're
mean,
supposed
it
to.
fits her. It fits her 100%.
I think you're supposed to read it like critical, like, but instead of critical, you're croctical. Does that kind of make
It's hard
sense?
to read.
Sure.
But okay.
Sure. But yeah, it's a 4-member co-ed rock band.
Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
I mean, they call it co-ed. It's basically she's the main singer and there's 3 dudes playing instruments behind her. That's what's going on here, guys.
That's that's good. I guess. Yeah.
she's the front woman of this band. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Next, Zero Base One. So, okay, guys, let's talk about this. The kids from Yehua, they're leaving. We all know this, right? Everyone knows
gone.
that they're gone. The kids from Even, who are also in Yehua, are leaving too. They're gonna form the Yehua Exodia, right? But the other 5 members, Hanbin, Jung, Matthew, Tere, and Gunuk, might just continue on as a 5-member group instead of breaking up completely.
Oh.
Okay.
Because they think, with the 5 of us, we might still be very commercially viable. We might as well just keep going.
They are very popular. Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, does it not? We still
I think
have.
it's okay to
We
try,
still have
yeah.
the center, right? We still got the center.
Hanbin.
We still have the main vocalist, right?
Oh.
We still got the foreigner. We still got the visual man, and we got Gunuk the rapper. So we still have the core of a group here, right? We could do this.
Okay.
Honestly, I have been suggesting one of the produced groups to do this for like a decade. I've been saying like we can continue
Right.
on,
Oh.
and it seems like they might actually.
We shall
do it.
see. I think it can happen. So we'll see.
If the wheel is spinning, why try to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, they're selling they're selling multiple millions every comeback. If that still drops off and they're still like in half, and they're selling like 1 million a release now, that's still worth it for sure, right?
Still money, yeah.
Yeah, so that might be happening, which is kind of cool. Next thing, IST, they're debuting a new boy group with a lot of kids who are in Boys to Planet. So people are
I
trying
recognize
to
some people. Yeah.
they're trying to piggyback off the success of that show. So that's happening. SM Entertainment will reportedly debut 2 to 3 units of SMTR25 in 2026.
Units.
So we're starting with the next thing after Rise. They're starting to debut something else.
Sorry, I'm confused. What is SMTR25?
So SMTR25 is their next batch of trainees that are like, these kids are good enough to debut and they're ready.
It's sounding a lot like NCT, not gonna lie. Hopefully it's not that.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm reading the Korean press release, and they're described as 2 to 3 teams, with 1 team debuting this year. So maybe, I don't know, like it could be full on groups. I wouldn't close that door just yet.
We'll see.
I feel like Rise didn't have the best 2025. I feel like we could get Rise going a little more too, but maybe that's just me. The next news, probably like a top 3 news thing that actually happened in terms of significance. BoA leaving SM Entertainment after 25 years. She is regarded as a figure who paved the way for the overseas expansion of K-pop's 1.5 generation in the early 2000s, achieving overwhelming success while shuttling between Korea and Japan, an OG legend of K-pop.
Yeah.
She is leaving the company after 25 years, and she did hold like a corporate position at the company for a while.
She was a rep for a while.
Yeah. So that's
that's crazy.
The end
That's
of an era,
crazy.
really.
Yeah.
And then oddly, so that was paired with the fact Taeyeon, even though she talked shit about the company, renewed with them. So they must have appeased her. So that happened.
Figured that out.
So Taeyeon came back, BoA gone, which that's kind of sad. And then in terms of other SM news, so if y'all aren't aware, so Key left all of his programs because of the current
controversy.
injection doctor scandal thing that kind of hit that whole friend group with Nade and Hetneem and all those people. Essentially what happened here is that in Korea, you can't get injections outside of like an actual medical facility, right? So that group of celebrities, Park Nade, the comedian, Key, and a couple of other people are accused of not only getting injections from this lady outside of a hospital, but then it was also found out that there was like two fake doctors involved, or one of them doesn't even have a medical license, was another thing that came up too. So they all got into shit for that, and like all of them left all their shows and went on hiatus, more or less.
Okay. And there's a lot of shows too.
Yeah. And some pretty popular shows. Na Honja Sanda, Home Alone, Naruto, Amazing Saturday. Those are some pretty popular, like, cornerstone variety shows that are missing a lot of people right now.
That whole like Pangnara situation is like, it's I'd say after Baekjongwon, it's like the biggest scandal to hit Korean media, internet, in this decade. So I don't know. I don't think it's over yet. We'll have to see how Key handles this. It's growing still somehow.
Yeah. So this started with Nade's, like, she has a 1-woman company, and her employees initially said like she's a terrible boss and we're under terrible work conditions. And then it got further expanded to like she's getting IV shots after she drinks from this lady, and that's where this all started to blow up from.
Yeah.
But it's a mess, and everyone related to Nade and that friend group are all like, it's rough out there. Let's continue. Joshua from 17. So he is from Canada, guys, right? Oh no, is he from LA? He's not, I think LA, right?
I think LA.
Okay, LA. Yeah, he's from LA. Young K is from Canada. Okay, I remember this now. But Joshua has signed with United Talent Agency for future acting opportunities. And this makes sense because he doesn't have to go to the military because he's an American citizen in Korea.
Gonna act. Okay.
So in the next couple of years, he's gonna look to do more stuff, and that makes sense. And he's already started to make appearances at like award shows in Hollywood, so he's making the rounds.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Nice.
So it doesn't make sense there. So that completely makes sense, because what else is he gonna do during the military era, right? So shout out to Joshua for that. Next thing, Maiden announces the suspension of Yeso and Suhei's group activities. So Maiden is the group where one of the members accused the CEO for like sexually harassing her, and then they kicked her out of the group, and then they haven't like really done anything since that. And the one music video they dropped was the one that was full of AI that everyone didn't like. And now some of the members are like suspending group activities. So this is just a mess right here. And Yeso left Kepler for this, essentially.
That's a shit show, man.
Yeah, that one happened. One Us is going to part ways with RBW. So that one came out of there.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the band is... Oh, no, not the band. This is the... You remember One Us?
This is a boy.
That was like the first big song that was controversial on the podcast. Which one was that one?
Man, I shot all over this one.
I think I vaguely remember it.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, lit. Gotcha, lit.
Oh man.
My god.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That was like one of our first major things that happened on the podcast was Warren's dissection of the song.
Why
Lit
did I
by
hate
One
this song
Us.
so much? I don't remember. It's been a minute.
Because they wanted to include so many Korean motifs, and you found it very cringy the way they had tried to add them in.
That's probably a part of it, yeah.
오늘 다리 좋구나. You remember?
Oh, 깜짝이야.
I just triggered your PTSD
thing. You know what? I don't know what their recent discography has been like, but the fact that they kept it going for this long says a lot. So,
and then the next couple things is WM seems to be kind of imploding. So Chaeyeon left last year.
Right.
B1A4, I didn't know they were still doing things. They left the company after 14 years. And then this group, Usapure, they're transferring, listen to this, to MW Entertainment, which is founded by the founder of WM who left the company.
Just switch the letters a bit.
So they founded WM. You remember WM got acquired? I think they got acquired by someone. They kicked him out. And he's like, bro, I'm making my own company, MW.
Bro, what?
Okay, I guess.
He's gonna take an act that he formed from WM to his own MW. So like nothing's changed for him there.
I mean, he is the guy who like. So Wonmin Lee, he's the guy who produced B1A for Oh My Girl, like on and off.
Yeah. Isn't that funny though?
It's funny. I'm looking at their like company logos. This is basically the same logo. Like
Just change it a little bit.
It's wild what's going on, but that's happening.
It's funny.
Next thing, it might be a spoiler, but there was that rap princess show that happened. Kids got chosen who are going to debut in a hip hop based girl group. The girl Namyuju, and she placed first on the show from Island. She placed first on the show.
Okay.
It was a mixture of Japanese and Korean girls, and this is the lineup they ended up with, 7 girls.
Nice.
I believe Namyuju is half Korean, half Japanese, so she's mixed there. And then we have 3 Japanese girls and 3 Korean, so it's a perfect split actually. 3.5, 3.5.
Sorry, give me a second. What is this group called?
It's called Hype Princess, I think.
We calling groups Hype Princess now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, or hip hop princess, something like that.
No, I think you're right. I think it's called Hype. That is.
Yeah, well, it's happening.
That might be the worst
happening, guys.
group name I've heard.
The next thing. So there was a Boys Planet spin-off show, Anita, with the Chinese kids. You remember? Ski Planet?
Yeah.
So that happened as well. They are debuting as Modesty, and they're going to be at a label which was established by CJ E&M and NCC, which is a Chinese subsidiary of JYP and Tencent Music and Home to Boy Story. So that, I don't know. And their debut song will be produced by 3RACHA.
Oh.
By Stray Kids members.
So think about this. Lisa Howe, who's in Boy Story, is debuting in Modesty under the same label because he's already under JYP, but they're making a new label with NCC and CJ&M, and he's going to get his song produced by his homies in Stray Kids because they're friends with them in 3RACHA.
So back to the same spot.
To the same spot, new group, essentially.
But at least they're not called the Hype Princess.
Yeah, that would happen. Next thing, Governor's Ball got announced, and the K-pop acts that will be there: Stray Kids, Jennie, Katseye.
Oh,
Okay.
That's pretty hype.
Yes.
K-Con is returning only to Los Angeles again, guys.
Well, yeah.
In August 14th
They're
to
never
16th,
coming back to New
2026.
York.
They're not. It's really sad. My whole thing is, if they don't want to do the convention, can they at least just do a musical concert? Like, is that too much to ask for?
That would sell. Yeah.
Right? I don't understand.
it's apparently too much to ask for.
Apparently. And then finally, Kang Daniel, as I mentioned, going to the military February 9th. Hopefully they filmed that one-on-one thing with him before then,
Yeah,
because
he's a big
he was
part
like
of
the
101.
member of that group.
Yeah.
You know? But that was all the news from the last month that I summarized. Next week, in terms of music, One Us, One Verse, Mont, AMP, TNX, all these small groups, and then the bigger ones, Zero Base One, Momoland reunion song, ZB1. I have ZB1 twice on here, and Kiki. Kiki's the main one that's gonna happen.
Kiki. Mm-hmm.
So those are the comebacks. Yeah, this has been episode 357. I hope we have a very hype 2026. Should be a lot of fun. We're gonna be more spicy with our ratings. We already are. We're making efforts in that department. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and you for joining me. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
We're back. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Incoming Snail, Liam's Games and Toys, Natalie, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.